Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. I've done an update here. We've been working on trying to get the posch saw sorted and just annual jobs around the yard. So yeah, hope you enjoy it. So we got the guy from Jazz Wilson coming to service it tomorrow, so we'll see what he says. The rest of it isn't too bad. We've struggled to get the deck on together up here. It's just being a bit of a flat at the end, or this end I should say, where we put the teeth in to connect the chain and also the bearing, because the bolts go in. We're having to move the bearing, and the guy we bought it from, I think he's just hoiked it out and he's put a slight bend in the bar, which is a little bit annoying. I don't think it's going to affect too much, but still, if they'd just done it right, it wouldn't have damaged the bar. So yeah, here's the bar on the floor. You can see there's a bearing and a cog there, so we've got to spread them apart, but of course they're pretty well sort of stuck together. Guys, so we got the elevator on now. It's still wobbling as it came out. We changed one of the saw blades over after we noticed that previous saw blade was cutting into the steel and metal work and blunting itself, obviously. So I'll just kind of show you that. So it's quite sort of jaggedy edged along there. It's actually been kind of hit back in there. There's quite a bit of scraping that's happening, but it's also hitting here a little bit and up the top. Okay guys, so we've just had Wilson's here. I don't know whether you can see that, but he changed the blade over and onto a new blade. And our old blades were obviously wobbled or something. There's been some damage to them because it is just cutting straight. It's not hitting the metal now that it was doing before. It's an expensive blade, that's £1,000, so it should do the business, I hope. But he's given the whole machine a good service, changed all the hydraulic oil, and yeah, I think it seems to be cutting all this. We've got all this oversized wood behind here, which our saw can't do, so we're going to cone split them down with our 20 tonner. We've got a decent sized cone split there, and then we'll start putting them into crates and or bins I should say, and drying them out.
There's half a drum of oil there.
All right. Oh yeah, we'll have that as well. Just leave it. Yeah, if I'll have it now. Yeah, that's good.
It's pointless me keeping it because
yeah, you'll get charged for it. Yeah.
Well, no, I'd get it charged to you by the litre, but
yeah,
you're probably better off keeping it yourself.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. And there's our new blade. It does look chunky.
Double check.
It's got quite a different back on it, hasn't it? Across there, the teeth are quite kind of.
Yeah.
They're not flat, whereas these blades here, the back seem very flat.
Yeah.
You know.
They get very good reviews. I haven't put them on a big.
This isn't a posch saw then.
These are Wilson done.
Okay, right.
Own
brand, so to speak.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
On the little machines, people reckon they're absolutely fantastic.
Okay, all right, good.
I don't know how much they are. I can find out for you if you want, but if you want it, you want it.
Okay guys, so we put a new blade in yesterday because there was no point effing about with these old saw blades I got when I bought it. There's 4 of them and they all look like they're knackered, they're wobbling around. Instantly this gives a good cut and it's straight, true when it's cutting. We've got a whole pile of oversize, and what we're hoping to do is try and split them down and put them through this saw. We're getting some mixed results at the moment with some big chunky logs, so we're just trying to shorten the stock and see if we can do a shorter log, but half the length, you know, because what we often find is we get plates about oversized logs, and because as it falls into the trough, it's halfway up, it's splitting out them big, if that makes sense. And if we can cut them in half, hopefully people would then be able to manipulate them to their fires easier than having a really super huge log. They've only got to somehow hand hand bag out, which we don't hand bag here. We're using a digger to load the bags. So we're just going to shorten that log leg and see if that has an effect to do a nicer, smaller log basically. So if they do go up the side of the splitter, it won't matter so much because they're short and you can then turn them 90 degrees into your fires. But we always, I don't know whether everyone else finds this, but we always get complaints for 2 big logs rather than 2 short logs. Too big? Right. Oh dear. Guys, so we've just adjusted the size even shorter. It was 20 centimetres, it's gone down to 18 now, and I think that actually gives us a better product than on 20. You know, that's a bit of a funny log, but I think it's just on the verge of being manageable. And then these smaller logs are actually quite nice for people's fires because, yeah, here's a big one as well. It's just looks good. That's quite big, but I see it can go that way as well as that way. Right guys, so we're just here trying to get a little bit of topsoil for our some of our bagged products we put with the mulch that comes out of the AD plant. So yeah, that's what we're using there. Guys, we're just pushing up all the wood chip. All the orders have obviously gone pretty quiet on the wood chip front with the warm weather we're having, and so they're just pushing it up. Our extra row of panels around the top is really good. It just means we can store that bit extra for the trucks when the winter time comes. So yeah, that's starting to fill up nicely. We've got G50 on this side, and we're going to do a pile of G30 on that side for clients who want that. So yeah. So we're doing a general service on the Volvo that I bought. It's interesting, there's obviously a lot of water in the hydraulic oil because it runs fine when it's cold, but as soon as it warms up, you start hearing the pump squeal. So we're getting that drained out at the moment. Takeuchi, that is still waiting for a part to come from Japan. And so hopefully that will arrive because that's been sat down now, waiting for that to get going again for our chipping. 5150's got a start problem. It seems to be losing diesel out of it, so it needs a new lift pump, I think Daddy said. So that's just sitting there. Just looking at the Cheffin sales going through today, there was a 5140 that didn't make money, so might be worth a cheeky bid on that or something. Add to the collection 5130, 40 and 50 would be quite nice. Also 5150 I think went through that didn't make the money they wanted, so, and it was quite rough, but anyway, there we are. You can actually see that water in this hydraulic oil. This is the second flush through. It's already had that much out of it, so yeah, here's one of the filters, but yeah, we're actually using some of the oil that Jazz Wilson left from the service of the saw, because it was so clean, to wash it through here. So yeah, so we go. Okay, so just taking out the track oil here. Oh, it's like total treacle in there. It's kind of like just mud. It absolutely stinks as well. That probably hasn't been changed for its life. Daddy's doing the engine oil here. Yeah, come out there. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, that's very watery, that oil. Again, I think it's had a hard life, this machine, but yeah, we'll give it a bit of TLC and see if we can't I think it's going to have a big difference with the fresh hydraulic oil in there, because when we're digging, when it was cold, the machine was pulling well, but as soon as the hydraulic oil warms up, then starts to froth and you could hear the pumps whining. So that'll be a big advantage to get the hydraulic oil changed on that machine. I think we'll give it a lot more strength, but yeah, we'll find out soon enough. Hey guys, so we're just up on our quarry face here. There's an old ditch that the miners dug around the outside of the quarry to try and take the water away. We slowly kind of got encroached on by ash, and it is just absolutely fantastic what we're taking down here. It's all good processor grade ash along here, a bit of thorn as well. So just having a little bit of a clear out. We'll then be able to get in the ditch and ditch it out. So that's pretty good. We'll go and have a look, see how we're getting on. Guys, we were bringing back all the wood from the ditch cutting that we've been taking out. This has just been this afternoon's work. It's probably been left, that cutting, since the mine closed, which is probably, you know, something like 60 years or so. But it's just interesting how much timber you get out just in a little ditch. We'll go and have a look up the top and see how they're getting on. Okay, so up in the wood now. We're taking it all out of this old drainage ditch, I said. I'm always amazed by how much timber you can get out just clearing a bit of ditching there. We've got these big piles of brash behind us there and there. Further along, we've still got a lot of timber, processable timber to pick up, so it's definitely been a worthwhile exercise. Yeah, having the tree shear and the grapple and all the bits and pieces that we've got. We've combed out a fair amount of wood, they said, from the brash that the tree shears couldn't get. We'll leave this all, we'll flick it round, take it off our maize, put it on that side, and then give it a month or so, it'll be nice and dry, come up with a chipper and get it all chipped up back into the shed. So yeah, there we are, guys. All not too bad. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that little update of all the things we've been doing. I did go to Euros today. I had a look at the 5150 case and the 5140 that didn't go through, and yeah, they weren't in a good state. I see why. I told them they had a reserve, I think, of about 8 grand on the 5140. But it was in a bad state. I wouldn't have paid anything for that, actually. It just felt like you were picking up a load of trouble. The 5150 was even worse. So yeah, I was looking for something possibly just to run the big posch saw, put it on a PTO, because I did inquire into getting another electric line sorted out, but it's going to be 2-3 grand, and you just sort of think, oh, you know, it's probably better to buy an old tractor and just slap it on the PTO. But anyway, hope you enjoyed that, guys, and we'll catch you next time.